On this episode of David's Destinations, we finally make it across the country to Norway's second largest city, Bergen.
Are we in Bergen?
Where we try some of Bergen's traditional and popular foods, experience an ice bar, discover the city's rich history, and go hunting for epic waterfalls and so much more. If you're new here, then welcome. I make travel videos hoping you just might find your next travel inspiration. This is David's Destinations, spending 72 hours in Bergen, Norway. Waking up in Bergen meant it was time for some breakfast hot dogs. Established over 75 years ago, 3 Kroneren is both a local fan favorite and a tourist foodie destination. They offer a diverse selection of 25 different sausages, including local specialties like reindeer and lamb. Residents here love that sausages are prepared by local butchers using meat sourced directly from nearby farms.
Alright, so you can get like whatever topping you want. I got lingonberry mainly because like at some of the other restaurants they were pairing reindeer with lingonberry, so I was like, why not, right? Cheers. I'd be down to eat this. This is really good. 10 out of 10. This was their like hot sausage, and they recommend putting the chili sauce on it. And then I just opted for dry onions. So here we go. I mean, this is awesome. This is like I think it's just like a hot link, Louisiana hot link. Oh, it's spicy. The sauce is not a sriracha, it's like sambal. So both of those things, hey, this is so good. It's spicy. It's great. I like spicy food. Do this.
After our somewhat unconventional breakfast, we headed towards Bryggen to meet our local guide in order to get some historical context and the lay of the land. We began by visiting these iconic Norwegian buildings that are a UNESCO World Heritage site. They were once part of a medieval commercial port that helped to establish the city. Walking through the narrow alleyways, it's easy to imagine the scent of dried cod and the clamor of seafarers negotiating deals. Just a short walk away, we found ourselves standing beneath the imposing Rosencrantz Tower. Built in the 1560s, it was both a fortress and a Renaissance-style residence. The tower was part of the city's defenses, and you can still climb its winding staircase to catch sweeping views over the harbor. Our 2-hour walking tour took us all over the historical Bryggen area of Bergen. We love having a local guide as they help to discover and see things we otherwise wouldn't have on our own, and helps us to appreciate the city a bit more. We ended our walking tour by strolling through some picturesque neighborhoods. This was a bit of an uphill trek, but the payoff of the city's beautiful views was worth the short hike. Afterwards, we decided to stroll around Bergen, and that's how we ended up at the Magic Ice Bar. Yes, you heard me right, a bar made entirely out of ice. Naturally, we had to go check them out. Inside, the temperature was a crisp -5 degrees Celsius. That's 23 degrees for us Fahrenheit folks. We had to Google it. In order to survive the below freezing temperatures, they give you special gloves and a jacket. But honestly, it was still very cold for Heather, but I thought it was kind of tolerable actually. We did see a few people tap out after only being in there for 10 minutes, but thankfully, you can go in and out as much as you want during your time slot. Here, the Snowy Cap Mountain is really cool. It's a lot of Baileys. It's great. And then this one was the blue iceberg, hence the blue. I like the theming. On point. What really surprised us though was that the ice bar doubled as an art installation, filled with intricate ice sculptures that lit up in glowing neon colors. They even had this nifty little infographic that showed you the original art pieces the sculptures were modeled after. The price was about $30 for each person and includes one drink, or $35 for 2 drinks. All in all, it was a fun and memorable experience that might be worth it if you're looking for something a little different. Just make sure you're okay with the cold before jumping in, otherwise you might be a little miserable in the below freezing temperatures. For dinner, we were recommended this cool sushi spot by our hotel. We were told they had great vegetarian options for Heather and was highly rated on Yelp, so we headed on over to get our grub on. Now, if you're thinking, who would want to grab sushi in Norway of all places? Alright, hear me out. Bergen is a coastal city that is known for its fresh, world-class seafood. And also, if you didn't know, Norway is actually the reason Japanese started eating raw salmon in the first place. So in a weirdly perfect full circle way, Bergen turns out to be the place to try top tier sushi. And honestly, it didn't disappoint. We give Nama Sushi 10 out of 10 in Bergen. The next morning, we woke up bright and early. If you didn't already know, Norwegian hotel breakfasts are actually considered to be amongst the best in the world. So we made sure to take advantage of our hotel's beautiful spread. Honestly, if you're planning on going to Norway, you won't have to worry about breakfast plans because even the most basic hotels tend to be on a whole other level compared to American hotels. In addition, all the hotels we stayed at during our trip also offered package to-go breakfast in case you needed something quick without sacrificing a hearty meal. And, in case you're wondering, our hotel in Bergen was the Clarion Hotel. We absolutely love staying here for its central location and great hospitality. We absolutely recommend it if it fits in your budget. After getting our food fill, we headed out to grab our rental car for the day's adventure. Our plan? Visit some of the most popular waterfalls in all of Norway. We began our journey by driving an hour out to Fosenbratte. On our road trip, time seemed to go by quickly as we enjoyed the beautiful landscape. Even in the dreary month of March, it was still a stunning scenery. What do you think? What do you think of the waterfall?
It's really cool. I like when you can see like the ice and the snow inside.
Yeah,
too.
that's pretty cool. Our next destination was Steinsdal Fossen, which was conveniently only 20 minutes away from Fosenbratte. This waterfall was absolutely amazing and a great highlight of the trip. If there is at least one waterfall you get to see near Bergen, make sure it's Steinsdalsfossen. Of course, you can never truly capture the size or the beauty of nature on camera, but this is a must-stop location for nature lovers like ourselves. And just a quick tip, there's a small store with souvenirs and legitimate espresso machines, so make sure to load up on caffeine and trinkets here. It's a little bit cold here, so I decided to get a beanie, sport the Norwegian flag. If you're planning on driving around Norway, then you have to know that they have some of the longest tunnels in the world. And you might be thinking, okay, cool, they have long tunnels, so what? But you don't understand. They can take close to 20 minutes of uninterrupted driving time to get to the other side of them. Plus, some sections look really freaking cool with these ambient lights. The little kid in me was really excited by these and just wanted to keep driving around to see more of them. As we neared the next waterfall, Vorringfossen, we noticed something unusual on the map. We were driving in a spiral up a mountain. In just a few moments, we had gained several hundred feet in elevation. Once we were at the top, we were not expecting the amount of snow and ice in the area. Safe to say, the waterfalls were completely frozen over and the trail to the viewing platform was closed to visitors. Yeah, so somewhere up there was where we were supposed to go. Yeah, after that fail, let's just go get food and then continue on our journey to Voss and then back to Bergen eventually. On our way back, we stumbled upon a charming little Thai food stall on the side of the road. We ended up ordering a hearty Thai soup and curry. exactly what we needed in this 29-degree weather. It warmed us up and lifted our spirits as well, so we headed back on the road to our last stop on this adventure, Fjordfossen. I think I found a troll. Look at its face. That's crazy.
Well, let's see. Let's see
if this is open. This is also very snowy.
Not as bad.
Yeah, it's not nearly as bad.
Well, guess we can't go.
Unfazed by this, I quickly took out my drone in order to at the very least get to see Fjordfossen via a drone screen. Setbacks aside, just being able to see the countryside and visit all the small towns along the way made this journey a fun-filled day for us. Just make sure to not plan on chasing waterfalls in mid to late March. You just might get stuck in snow. The next morning, we wanted to energize ourselves with some great coffee, so we headed to Det Lille, which is not only the oldest coffee shop in Bergen, but also won the best overall in 2024. While you're there, make sure to grab a slice of their iconic yellow almond cake. Since we were right next to the entrance of the Fløibanen Funicular, we decided to take it to one of the 7 mountaintops surrounding Bergen. There is a small hike you can take up the Fløyen mountain, but the 6-minute ride up the funicular might be worth the price of admission if you want to save yourself a 1-hour, 2-mile hike. Just try and get a good seat at the very front so you can get an unobstructed view on your way up or down. Once at the top of Fløyen mountain, we took a moment to take it all in. Aside from getting scenic views, there's a ton of outdoor activities for solo adventurers, but also plenty of family-friendly ones, like paved hiking trails for wheelchairs and strollers. I personally just liked exploring and finding really cool things along the way. After taking in the scenery and exploring the area, we decided to grab lunch at the mountain's only restaurant. The menu is a tribute to Norwegian seasonal produce, so it changes quite frequently. I ended up getting their sterling halibut. Meanwhile, Heather got their vegetarian dish that consisted of a medley of root vegetables. You definitely pay a premium here for the views and the convenience of a sit-down restaurant atop a mountain, but the service here was top-notch and the food was delectable. The idea of our trip coming to a close was beginning to set in. We wanted to slow down our evening in order to savor our last few hours in Bergen. Taking one last fjord cruise was a perfect way to sit, relax, and enjoy the serene nature of Norway one last time. We made our way to dinner that evening, a little tired from the day's adventures, a little sad it was all coming to a close. Somewhere between the clinking of silverware and the warm fireside glow, we found ourselves reflecting on everything we'd seen, done, and felt here. From Oslo's fantastic museums to Flam's majestic fjords and Bergen's small-town charm, Every day felt like a gentle reminder of how beautiful the world can be. So for all this, Takk Norway. And thanks to everyone who watched our 3-part series on Norway. It would mean so much to us if you click the like button and subscribe to our channel. If you happen to have missed part 1 or 2, then make sure to click on the thumbnails to check them out. Until next time, keep exploring and we'll meet you at our next destination.